This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, 2 people have now died from the early morning fire in Levant earlier this week.
Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says on Wednesday morning, 78-year-old Charles Daly died from the injuries he sustained in the fire. Moss says it's believed that Charles's son, 29-year-old Eric Daly, also died in the fire, but his identity has not yet been confirmed. Charles Daly's wife is recovering from smoke inhalation at Maine Medical Center in Portland. Moss says at this point, the fire, which started just after 3 a.m. on Monday, is considered accidental. She says it appears to have started in or near the furnace. A total of 5 adults were living in the residence on Avenue Road.
Another fire ravaged the corner store last night in Howland, and members of that community are mourning that loss. Matthew Jurancic has the story.
You know, it's a devastating blow to the community right now.
These are the reactions from residents of Howland after this convenience store went up in flames Wednesday night.
I couldn't really believe it because, I just come outside and it weren't, and it was, so.
I just thought it was so devastating. Like, just last night it being up and then getting that phone call that it's on fire.
According to Howland Fire and EMS Assistant Chief Patrick O'Kane, a call was made more than 10 minutes after the store closed.
The business closed at about 9 o'clock. The employees left. It appears that the fire started in the kitchen, but that's under investigation right now.
The store has been serving the town as long as anyone can remember.
I could remember when I was a kid, so I'm 57 years old, so I know it's been there for at least 45, 50 years.
Residents and regulars could only stare in shock at the now fire-damaged property. For regular customers like Dale Dixon, he says the corner store is the life of the town.
It's going to hurt the community because a lot of people stop here for gas, snacks. The good cooks here, they cook pretty good food.
And the community has a message for owners Jeffrey and Mary Aarons.
Us as a store, obviously, we're all always there for them. We talk more on a regular basis with, I guess she would be our manager, but she knows that we're all there for them. They know that we're there for them, and obviously the community will come together to support them as much as they need.
If they decide to rebuild, there's 15 contractors right in this town that's going to volunteer their time to rebuild it for them.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The traffic stop in Medway led to a high-speed chase, and 2 people now face charges. According to the East Millinocket Police Department, shortly after 4 Wednesday morning, officers were conducting a traffic stop when the car sped off. Police say the car reached speeds of up to 100 miles per hour, eventually slowing down enough for 2 occupants to jump out. They told police they were being held against their will. The pursuit went through multiple towns and lasted 58 miles. Eventually, the driver crashed and tried to flee on foot. After initially refusing to identify himself, the driver was identified as 34-year-old Brandon Bouchard of Presque Isle. Bouchard was arrested and taken to Penobscot County Jail. He's charged with multiple offenses, including kidnapping and unlawful possession of drugs. Another occupant, 35-year-old Marianne Paul of Connor, was summoned for unlawful possession of drugs.
Well, a Waterville man pleaded guilty in federal court to fentanyl trafficking. Police arrested 31-year-old Patrick Hansen back in October of 2021 after receiving information that he had threatened another person. After his arrest, police found 7 packages of suspected narcotics on him, including one he kicked under a door at the police station. In total, police seized approximately 43 grams of a mixture containing fentanyl. Hansen faces up to 30 years in prison and a fine of up to $2 million.
A federal judge sentenced the Bangor man to 2.5 years for drug trafficking. 40-year-old Christopher Churchill pleaded guilty in April to possessing fentanyl with intent to distribute. Court records show Churchill's vehicle was searched during a traffic stop in April 2021. During that search, police found what they described as a large amount of fentanyl or heroin. Churchill was sentenced to 30 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release.
Well, there are 4 people running for the one open town council seat in Herman. We spoke with 3 out of the 4 candidates about why they wanted to enter that race.
I chose to run for the open town council seat because there's a lot of tension in the community, And I really want to help bridge that tension and help us work together as a community. We're such a great place to do business, to live, and to be, and I just want to continue that way.
I wanted to run to learn more about the town that I live in is definitely number one. Number two, I just wanted to be more part of the community that I live in, meet the people of our town, get to know everyone, and be part of the decision-making process.
Because I want to help out the people of the town of Herman. I want to try to make things better and to find out where the people's money has been going and to improve things.
Well, Anthony Reynolds is the fourth candidate running for the Herman Town Council seat, but he declined our request for an interview.
The International Maritime Film Festival in Bucksport kicks off a full weekend of screenings tonight. The festival begins with a viewing of The Perfect Storm at the Alamo Theater, followed by The Oysterman tomorrow night at the Buck Memorial Library. Derek Cole, who's the director of Main Street Bucksport, appreciates the rich maritime culture of Bucksport and its entire community.
And also for it to be in the home of cinema and at the Alamo Theater with Northeast Historic Film Connected, who are working to preserve historical film and different media. It's just really the perfect fit.
Are not able to make the in-person event, it will be available on Vimeo on demand on November 18th through December 16th. For more information on the festival, you can check out Main Street Bucksport Facebook page to stay updated on the event.
Alrighty, well, something to look forward to there. We've been enjoying some wonderful weather. Once again, another just picturesque, perfect fall day. Yeah. Let's turn things over, take a first look at our forecast and see if it's going to continue.
All right, here we go. Happy Thursday. Your first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest for over 70 years. And look what we did today. Temperatures near 60, well above average temperatures again today and tomorrow and for Saturday. In fact, this weekend, we're going to go for 70 on Saturday and Sunday. A couple of clouds out there now, not a big deal. Overall, there's more stuff off to the west of us. That will stay there. We are in mostly a dry trend now, maybe some sprinkles later on Sunday. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies and comfortable with low temperatures down near 40. Your full forecast is coming up.
All right, so another calm overnight on the way. We've been having a lot of those lately.
Yeah, not complaining about it either, for sure. It's nice, you know, it's kind of go home, walk the dog.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy going on.
Exactly.
All righty, well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we speak with a former commissioner of marine resources who helped draft regulations that helped Maine's lobster industry thrive.
And we'll hear more from the candidates for Maine's 2nd congressional district. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Jared Golden took money from an anti-lobstering group.
You know, the other day we're hauling and everybody was saying, so why did Jared Golden take this money?
Because he's a politician, and that's what politicians do.
He's funded by the very people that could put an end to our entire industry.
Shutting the lobster industry down would be devastating for the people of Maine.
If you cared about Maine and you were for the fishermen, you would have immediately give that money back. It was literally like a big kick in the nuts.
Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Janet Mills? 4 years ago, we filmed an ad here supporting her. But Janet has been a disaster for the state of Maine. She's driving up inflation, and her decisions have permanently harmed small businesses and our economy.
And she's bad for seniors and Maine families. Mills raised our electric bill, and she's pushing up home heating costs.
We need Paul LePage now.
We've got to vote for Paul LePage.
In Maine, our independence, hard work, and freedoms mean everything, but not to Paul LePage. He's repeatedly attacked women's reproductive freedom. LePage supported letting states ban abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest, defunded family planning programs, and told extremists we shouldn't have abortion. He's a risk to our health and freedom, and it's why we can't go back to Paul LePage. The top funder of Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
I've got plans. We've all got them. But Bruce Poliquin's plans would put Social Security benefits at risk. He planned to raise the retirement age and cap retirees' cost of living increases. He even opposed allowing Medicare to negotiate cheaper drug prices. But Jared Golden didn't just plan. He passed legislation to cap seniors' drug costs and let Medicare negotiate drug prices. Jared Golden is the man with the right plan.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. We've been hearing a lot in recent months about the new regulations that many say will be devastating to Maine's lobster industry. Our Craig Colson recently got to speak with Robin Alden, who once served as Maine's Commissioner of Marine Resources and helped draft current regulations that made Maine's lobster industry thrive.
What exactly is happening? I know NOAA is creating a lot of new rules aimed at protecting the right whale, and I don't think there's any lobsterman that's against protecting any creature out there. But in this case, they believe it's going too far.
Yeah, let's be really clear. One of the things about lobstering is that they've always taken care of the ocean that they work in. No one's perfect, but that's the culture of the lobster fishery going back hundreds of years. There's unprecedented alignment in support of lobstermen. And lobstering is pretty unique. It's owner-operator, everyone's their own businessman. These communities, we have made the laws so that there are lobstermen in every small harbor along the coast. And this is an existential threat to that way of life and to that type of business. And it's an existential threat for no reason. And that's the thing that is such a travesty.
Well, I was at the rally held in Stonington on Sunday, and one thing is certainly for sure, the communities along the coast are united in their fight. It seems there is bipartisan support for the lobstermen, and they are very willing to fight for what is right.
Congressman Golden hopes Maine voters will return him to Washington when they head to the polls next week. He'll face his former Republican challenger, Bruce Poliquin, and independent Tiffany Bond. Craig Colson has more on the candidates and what they hope to accomplish.
Congressman Jared Golden is a 40-year-old married father of one. He grew up working on his family's business in Leeds and says it was the September 11th attack that inspired him to join the Marines. After serving in Afghanistan, Golden returned to Maine, where he would be elected as a state lawmaker. Now a Lewiston resident, he hopes to return to Washington, where helping people heat their homes, supporting law enforcement, and improving the economy are among his top priorities.
I have put a real focus through our spending bills on trying to address issues having to do with workforce shortages, have been able to get millions of dollars for our community college system for various training programs that I think are important to Maine.
Golden will once again face former Congressman Bruce Poliquin of Orrington, a Republican who was narrowly defeated by Golden during Maine's first ranked choice vote. A 69-year-old widowed father of one, Poliquin was an investment manager before being tapped to serve as state treasurer and later serving as congressman. He told me this week the country and state are in big trouble.
When you shut down your supplies of gasoline, diesel, and heating oil, you get higher prices. And this open border with Mexico, 2 years it's been open. And now we're going to take care of a few million people. We don't know who they are, and there's pouring of fentanyl over our border. We're in deep trouble. I'm running because I care and I want to help.
The third candidate is independent Tiffany Bond. She's a married mother who lives in Portland. A family attorney, Bond says government should stay out of health care and is also a conservative when it comes to spending. She says she'll use her experience as an attorney to help resolve issues facing Mainers.
I'm trained as an attorney, and attorneys use adversity to get better outcomes. When somebody points out a flaw in your argument, that's the gift of feedback that lets you have a stronger argument, that lets you have a better policy.
Of course, Mainers will have the final say when they head to the polls on Tuesday. This is Craig Colson reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And Representative Golden held a campaign event at the Five Fire Museum in Bangor this afternoon. The visit followed Golden's endorsement by the Professional Firefighters of Maine. Members of the Bangor Fire Department and the Professional Firefighters of Maine were in attendance. Representative Golden touted his introduction of the Fire Grants and Safety Act, which would increase federal funding for fire departments across the state of Maine.
Nothing could be worse than having to go fight fires and do the job, lacking the resources and men and women around you that you need to do it.
Well, incumbent Jared Golden faces off against Bruce Poliquin on Tuesday.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll hear from Mainers on how they would spend the $1.5 billion jackpot expected out of the Powerball jackpot on Saturday.
I have a few ideas myself. And in sports, state finals matchups for soccer and field hockey are now set. Hear from two of our area teams that are gearing up for the big game.
I've got plans. We've all got them. But Bruce Poliquin's plans would put Social Security benefits at risk. He planned to raise the retirement age and cap retirees' cost of living increases. He even opposed allowing Medicare to negotiate cheaper drug prices. But Jared Golden didn't just plan. He passed legislation to cap seniors' drug costs and let Medicare negotiate drug prices. Jared Golden is the man with the right plan.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
After 9/11, Jared Golden joined the Marines and served the country he loves. When he returned, he ran for office to serve the state he calls home. He passed legislation to cap the cost of insulin for seniors and lower drug prices for people across Maine. But Bruce Poliquin, he went from Wall Street to Washington to serve himself, taking thousands from drug companies and voting against capping costs. Jared Golden, from here, for us. Moderate PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
I think Janet Mills has been a pretty okay governor. She's been a good governor. And, I think she's been a great governor. Okay, did I get it right?
Nice work, Angus.
Okay. Now, look, the formula seems to be no partisan brawls, working together with the parties, taking ideas from everybody.
Right. Turns out in this day and age, working together still pays off.
Who could believe it? See? Pretty okay.
I'll take it. Thanks, Angus.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I helped pass new laws to rebuild our nation's infrastructure and begin to repair our broken supply chain. And I'm fighting Biden's failed energy policy, forcing him to drill more American oil to lower gas prices. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. A busy day on Wednesday. We had all three Northern Regional Championship games for Field Hockey Wednesday, and now those three teams are gearing up for states. And for the Riverhawks down in Skowhegan, this isn't their first rodeo. The Riverhawks won their 21st straight regional title on Wednesday, and if you don't believe me, the proof is right there. Skowhegan trailed late in the game to number 2 Oxford Hills, but they battled back, tying the game in the fourth quarter off of this goal right there, and then taking the lead and the victory in overtime. So they took home the hardware, but it wasn't easy. And they say the comeback win just shows how tough their team is.
To me, it shows our grit and determination. We've worked really, really hard for the past year to get where we are now. Last night was a tough game, and Oxford Hills is a really, really great team, but I knew in my heart that we were going to beat them.
So now they have survived and advanced to Saturday's state championship game. Well, they'll be going up against Cheverus for the second straight year. They fell 4-1 to the Stags last fall in the big game, so they're out for vengeance this year. And their 21st state title in program history is also what they're out for. And the girls say it is all going to come down to the mental game.
It's all about your state of mind. To me, it's about, like, we have the skill, we have the experience, we have the coaches. At this point, it's up to our head and our heart and how bad we really, really want it.
Our former Riverhawk Bria Kennedy playing in some field hockey, playoff field hockey tomorrow for the University of Maine. That should be an exciting one, too. Let's go over to some soccer now. Those state championships are Saturday as well. And once again, representing Class C North in the girls' state game will be Bucksport. The Bucks, for the second straight year, rattled off a perfect regular season and rode it all the way through playoffs, capped off with Wednesday night's grinded-out 2-1 victory over Holton and the Greater Holton Co-op for the regional crown. They say their chemistry, both on and off the field, has really paid off for them between the white lines.
It was awesome. Just having everybody there and being able to work together to get the win again was awesome. It's like a new family for all of us, and even when soccer's over, we're all still going to talk to each other and hang out and have this family that's not going to leave.
We all just played together. We have worked so hard this entire season, and just, like, finally all of our hard work paying off, like, it shouldn't have gone any other way. We all get along so well. It's literally just a family.
Now, the family that Bucksport is awaiting a familiar foe in Saturday's Gold Ball game. Last year, they traveled up the Presque Isle and fell short to the Southern champion, Maranacook. This year, the Black Bears from Maranacook and the Bucks will meet again, this game being at Hampton Academy. And they tell me that loss is still in the back of their minds, but it's redemption time, and they just need to stick to their game.
Yeah, I think we have a very good chance. We just have to play our game. We have to control the midfield. We have to run fast, we have to communicate, and pass well.
It definitely pumps us up just because it's redemption, and we're not going to let that happen again this year. I think we also just have to play our game and just communicate more and just play together, and we should be okay.
That game is the final state title game being played at Hampton Academy on Saturday. Start time projected for 5:30. That is all the time we have for sports, though. Here is Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
Here we go. Your full weather is brought by Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop in Newport. Come check out our 3 floors of antique treasures and gifts in our renovated 1800s home. Okay, so for us, yeah, the time change is this weekend, but also this weekend, not much like fall, right? Temperatures hanging out in the 70s this weekend into early parts of next week. As you know, that is not normal. Neither is this. 60 here in Bangor today, 59 for Millinocket, also for Greenville. The average high is mid-40s. Most of us are above that today, and we will be tomorrow and for Saturday and Sunday before probably a change gets in here later on Monday. For tonight, low temperatures hanging out near 41 or so in Bangor, 42 in Millinocket. And tomorrow, rebounding nicely back up into the mid-60s for high temperatures tomorrow with lots of sunshine across the area once again. We've turned that wind out of the south again tonight. It may die down a bit for several hours again. You know what that means. The clearer skies, radiational cooling, lighter winds means we love fog around here, right? Okay, so visibility now looking pretty good. 10 miles or greater, that's what we're supposed to have. But it'll likely go downhill for a few of us tonight. Watch out for some dense fog well after midnight and more likely closer to sunrise tomorrow morning. All right, looking outside now, there are some clouds across the area. Nothing big. These are kind of low clouds out there. There's some more back off to the west. That will continue to drift in here tonight. Looking at partly cloudy skies for at least several hours tonight, followed by mostly clear skies tomorrow morning. That's going to give us a sun-filled day tomorrow, Friday, with temperatures hanging out in the mid-60s. Let's walk you through it tonight. No issues at all except for some dense fog in there later on tonight. That's this stuff right there burning off early tomorrow morning. And then looking pretty good throughout the day tomorrow. A couple high clouds rolling through before we get some increasing clouds late tomorrow night and probably on Saturday as well. There could be some light sprinkles in the area late Saturday night into early parts of Sunday. That's going to be a stretch. So other than that, though, we're dry most likely into Monday or Tuesday of next week. So our forecast then tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there. Some dense fog is likely late again. Look for low temperatures down near 40 again. The average high is mid-upper 40s. We'll have a low near 42. That's above average, right? With that southwest breeze around 5. For tomorrow, okay, here we are. It is early November. High temperatures near 65. Lots of sunshine. A bit breezy tomorrow. That southwest wind could gust near 20 with air temperatures in the mid-60s tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows 65 for Friday. Look at Saturday. Lots of sunshine, 71. Sunday, we change our clocks, of course, 70, with that slight chance for a few sprinkles through the afternoon. And then look, it continues into Monday before a sneaky cold front comes through Monday night. That will likely really cool things off on Tuesday with high temperatures struggling to get out of the 40s.
Sort of have to hold on for the roller coaster ride. You know, we get summer for 3 days and
Yeah.
then boom.
Yeah, it's
down to 50 as a high.
It's pretty crazy that that's like a 20-degree drop-off, so we'll definitely feel that.
We definitely will feel that. In the meantime, a little more summer over there for your weekend. All righty.
Well, more to come after the break, so stay with us.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I am so fearful this winter for oil prices. We can't go on like this.
Jared Golden's votes are definitely making inflation worse.
Jared Golden is not independent.
Golden and Biden are lockstep.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I cannot support Jared Golden.
We need to make a change. Maine needs Bruce Poliquin.
Bruce Poliquin is concerned with Maine people of all walks of life.
I know Bruce Poliquin cares for Maine, and I know he'll fight for us.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
At Home, Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft are proud members of the Flooring Network here in Maine. We have our flooring installers on staff ready for you and your custom flooring project. With over 50 years of combined experience, we'll work with you from start to finish, including demo and cleanup. Backed by the Flooring Network's state-of-the-art warehouses, we have a massive inventory to provide you with the best value and fit any flooring budget you may have. So stop in, meet our flooring experts, and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Janet Mills is crushing Maine families. Under her watch, Mainers will face rolling blackouts this winter, putting our most vulnerable, like seniors, at risk. And because of Mills and Joe Biden's failed agenda, Mainers will pay 72% more for home heating oil and $60 more each month for groceries. Mainers can't afford more of the failed Mills agenda. Vote no on Janet Mills. The top funder of Maine Families First is Thomas Klingenstein.
We're no football players, but we do know a lot about Medicare.
So why call some out-of-state 800 number
when help is right here at home?
Listen to what these people have to say.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
Oh, by the way,
we represent most Medicare health plans.
However you spend your day, spend it in style. At Label Shopper, you'll find designer brands for 30 to 70% less than department stores. With prices this low, you can grab all your favorite styles. Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
Tonight, the growing threats against elected officials, plus 5 days to go. Which party will control the House? Which will control the Senate? For the election, Americans turn to the #1 newscast on all of television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
What would you do with $1.5 billion? Saturday's Powerball jackpot is expected to pay out at least that much. With excitement in the air, our chief photographer Dave Simpson hit the streets to see how some of you would spend your winnings.
$1.5 billion? I'd go on vacation. Help as many people as I could.
enhance the ashram that I live at so that we can keep meditating goodness to all beings.
First thing would probably be buy a Range Rover.
What would you do with pay off all my bills, buy my kids all brand new houses and new vehicles, and all my grandchildren.
Probably quit my job and move to Bali.
Answers there. Well, according to the Powerball website, drawings are held every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That is a huge payout, and certainly hope that whoever wins it spends it responsibly, maybe, helps out their fellow man or something. Maybe their fellow anchor man or woman. That would be cool.
Nice pitch. You got the pitch in, folks. Did you see that? It was subtle.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I definitely, if you win that kind of money, I think it's probably a good idea to remain anonymous.
True.
But there will be signs, like if I suddenly have 10 more dogs.
Mm-hmm, right. Right.
Suddenly running my own rescue.
I could see that. I think that's maybe where you would spend the money.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
Awesome.
No doubt. All righty, folks. That's going to do it for us. From everybody here at ABC7, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.